Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach, and today I'm going to be unboxing Foundations of Rome, which, if you did not know, this is an insanely large box, so I may have to do some finagling with the camera on this one. I can't remember exactly how it opens, but I believe you have to come in from one of the sides. I think everything's kind of put in from the side up, but I'm not entirely sure on that. But yeah, so this is one that I think it's been out for a while now, maybe a few years, from Arcane Wonders, and it is definitely a deluxeified game, but it's also a pretty simple game, and I think that's what a lot of comments come up about the game being kind of overproduced, but being kind of just a simple game, and I think now they actually have a new game coming out that's a very similar one. I don't know if it's the same thing, but then it's kind of cardboard version of the game. So I'm interested once I play this one to see how well this one plays. I'm really excited about this one. This is probably my most excited back I'd had for a while, and I'm hoping I enjoy it quite a bit. So yes, this one's got it's a very large box. As you can kind of tell here, I'm lifting the box lid off very slowly. Not really intentionally, it's just that much friction on here. But it is a very, very large box. So yeah, I think it's going to take up most of, if not a whole Calyx cube in our collection. Looks like it says thank you here to all backers, Foundations of Rome. And it looks like it is from the side here. So you can kind of see right there that all of the pieces in here kind of go in the side. Kind of interesting that this is going the other way. We'll see how this kind of goes in. Might have to do another video of me repackaging this to see if it all goes in there really well, really nicely. Otherwise I may have to look at videos to see how other people do it. But yeah, we'll just take this one layer at a time. Like I said, I'm very excited about this one. It's definitely, I would agree that it definitely is probably overproduced a bit. Now let's push that back a little bit. Maybe try to focus in on these a little bit more. But yeah, so looks like we have some foam insert. I'm assuming these are going to have to go back on there. I'm not entirely sure. I think I backed an expansion with this because they reprinted it with an expansion. So I assume that's already in this box, but I'm not 100% certain. So it looks like that plastic lid kind of just comes off of these, and then they're just plastic pieces that can eventually just go out onto the board. And these look just as amazing as I was hoping. I got kind of a Colosseum looking one. And I think the different colors mean different things. I think you're kind of going on some sort of tracks, and it's giving you certain types of points based on the color. I don't remember exactly. It's been a while. I think it was a few months late. I think it was like 7 or 8 months after the expected date. But then we got another. I think these are monuments. I think it was a monuments expansion. I can't remember. Let's see this. We got a dragon climbing on this. Can't remember if that's a reference to anything. But yeah. And we've got some lions fighting on top. I don't know what buildings any of these are. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of different ones here. I don't know. I'm assuming this is a statue, possibly, of something. But yeah, so you can see there's just a lot of them in here. And they're all pretty well detailed. They all look really nice. And they all have kind of different looks to them, which I really appreciate. Especially if this is the Monuments expansion or whatever whatever it was called. So yeah, just trying to give you a look at all these. I think there's definitely a lot of those. I think those are going to be kind of the ones that are different, and the rest of these, I think from player to player, are going to be pretty much the same. So kind of once you've seen one, you've seen them all, if I remember right. Yeah, you got your own player boards, which kind of like that one. There's spots for these to fit in, which is really nice. I really like that. It makes me think of Dwellings of Eldervale, where you kind of have your own player, whichever faction you pick, you kind of have it all sorted out already, and then it just kind of goes back into certain places. And these are also some nice looking ones, because I think you end up putting cubes or some markers in there of yours. Oh boy, and these go on top of here as well. Not sure if you put those back on there after every time you play, or if they kind of come that way initially and then you can kind of do what you want. Eagle, I'm not sure if all these are the same, just different colors. But then you can see underneath here kind of how many points these things will score out on the board, or what they do. That one will be 6 population, I think it is. Maybe that was 6. Who knows? But yeah, I believe every player gets one of these, and I think they're all the same. Let's just look here. So it does look like the player pieces are a little bit different. Those were more like kind of bird-looking ones. These look more flat. So yeah, these are all in here. I think it looks like the exact same ones. So it looks like you can probably put these in any order. The red ones have a different look to them as well. More of a cone-shaped building, at least the top. And you've got blue. Which has kind of a, looks like a, what is that? Is that a lute? I don't remember what the name of it is. But I do like that all the players have unique ones. For some reason I was thinking they were just cubes, so it's awesome. And then that one has kind of a helmet, warrior helmet. So I do like that those are all unique. They didn't necessarily have to be. They could have easily just been cubes, and that's what I thought they were, so that's awesome. I did not expect that out of those ones. But yeah, it looks like these storage solutions are going to be pretty great. Everything's going to go back in the box. Granted, if you can lift the box itself, because it is very heavy. And it looks like on the side here, so I can put these back on here. Oops. Don't know if you'll need to put those back on there every time. Probably not, but you definitely can. And then last but not least in here, we've got one more box. It looks like we got the rules in here. Foundations of Rome rulebook. I don't think this should be that difficult to learn. And it looks like the back maybe has the monuments and what they do, special rules, additional content. So yeah, looks like maybe the actual game itself is only about 12 pages of rules, but then you've got kind of some additional rules and things that make this go up to about 30 pages, but looks like at least the initial rules aren't too long. Yeah, that's what the expansion was, Roads of Fortune. I don't remember what this added, but looks like some additional things. Only another 11 pages, so not too bad. I do not remember what this is. Something for the Roads of Fortune, it looks like. And then we've got Trading and Stealing. Interesting. So we got 2s and 4s. That is interesting that they are front and back different amounts. In case you accidentally flip them over or something. I don't remember exactly how they're used. We've got this, which is double layered. Which you'll put one of your tokens in to kind of keep track of your victory points and your population. This seems pretty solid. Hopefully it'll stay together and not warp too much. I know sometimes pieces like this tend to warp with a double layer, but hopefully those will not. We've got kind of the board where you'll be kind of, you're not bidding for the cards, but you'll be buying the cards. So the cards that you take, kind of like in Century, which I believe is the same designer if I remember right. If you take the one furthest to the left, it's kind of, well, in this case it still costs something. Century it's free, but as you go further down they get more and more expensive. So cards that are not taken for a while will get cheaper, essentially. Then we've got the main player board. It's actually a little smaller than I thought it'd be. I thought this would take up a lot more room, considering the look of the size of the box. When you look at that, you'd think, oh, this board's going to be huge to be able to hold all this stuff. But actually, it's not too bad. It's a pretty decent-sized small board. Decent-sized small board. Meant to say that it was a decent size. It wasn't like being bigger than it had to be. And then the back side kind of has, if you're playing with more players, I think. Then you use kind of more of the rows and columns. It looks like you got some coins here. Looks like it'll punch out pretty easily. Got a first player token. And I'm not sure what these are. Will of the Council. Must be some expansion. Yeah, they are cardboard pieces. I'm not sure if maybe those are the ones that we're looking at the first. It doesn't look like there's that many small ones though, so I'm not sure what that is. Oh boy. I couldn't remember if this one came with metal coins or if that was an add-on that did not do. So these are some pretty nice metal coins. They're definitely, they make a nice chink. But they are a little bit lighter, I would say. They have some weight to them, but they are on the lighter side of coins, I feel like, that I've felt more recently in some games. We got these, which I like that they have a different look, and they almost have more of a worn look, which is probably fair since they're actually, they count for less. So you'd maybe expect the one's worth more to be used a little bit less. So I do like that. I do like the colors that they use for these ones. Maybe these are to track the points. I don't remember. But these are just some cubes used for tracking something. I'm guessing it is the scoring and the population tracks. Then we've got some cards. Here I thought I was pretty much all done with this for how easy it was to get through all those other ones, but looks like we got several decks of cards, and we'll see if I can get these open. They're of course difficult ones to open. See if I can get it. But yeah, I'm really excited for this one, and the component quality is exactly what I was hoping for a deluxe game, deluxe priced game, for sure as well. Oh, and here's the, looks like you got some objective cards. Not sure if that was, might have been like some expansion or something. I honestly do not remember. It looks like here are some of those monuments. So you can get those ones. That's the ones we looked at first, I believe. I like the artwork they use on these. It does give that architect type look. And then you've got your kind of game cards that you're going to be drafting throughout the game to be able to put your pieces out on the board. These kind of make me think a little bit of Bunny Kingdom, where it's a very similar thing where you're putting out your bunnies based on the cards that you draft. But in that one, you're also potentially drafting some gold card, parchment cards, some special ones as well, which I don't know that this has that. Even with those monuments and stuff, I don't think it's like a monument is mixed in with all these. At least from what I remember. Could be remembering that wrong. Yeah, those are just some more of those cards. Let's see if I can get these open. Might just be more of the same, which would be pretty boring. Looks like it is some of the same, but then we've also got some of these cards, which I'm not sure. I don't remember what these do. Planning reminders. Blessed, efficient. Player roll. So you must get some player rolls that give you some special things. I like that they have like these seemingly mini modules. Seems like that's what they probably are, that you can kind of add in if you want to spice it up a little bit. Otherwise you can probably just play without those player roles or monuments or whatever if you want to keep it simple, learn the game if you've never played it before. Like, I have never played this one, so honestly hoping that I really enjoy it. Got icon guide, so these must be some player. I got turn guide, so that's good, I like that. And some more player roles, and some monuments, which I would have thought those would have been all of them before. It seemed like there was a decent amount of those cards. Not sure why they were kind of all mixed together. And then we've got little black tokens that go into place. I'm not sure what these do. We got purple ones as well. Those must go on the monuments. I'm guessing, yeah, these are of each player's color. Guessing these go in the monuments, or they go in each individual player's buildings that they already have, which is weird that they wouldn't have just put those on there right away, but yeah, they look like plastic pieces that are going to be plugged into some buildings. Oh boy, this one's kind of clamped on there, unlike anything else so far. Looks like we've got a pillar with a vase on it. And another one. I'm not sure if that's what. Let me just check this. Okay, so these all have their kind of own individual things on them. Looks like it's got a flame. Little helmet. And a bird. Those I'm assuming will be used for some things. And then we've got this road thing. Oh boy. It doesn't look like there's anything else underneath these, but there's a lot of these ones. Looks like they're all different. See, I don't remember what these are all for. Guessing it's for that expansion, the Paths expansion. But yeah, I think that's everything inside that huge box. Yeah, definitely a lot of really good stuff. I'm really excited to play this one. We're going to be putting up a video alongside this with our first impressions of the game, so definitely check that out if you're interested in our thoughts. But otherwise, I hope to see you on the next video, and as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content.